So there are some myths and misconceptions out there amongst contractors currently about what's needed to be able to obtain a mortgage as a contractor, such as potentially needing 3 years of trading accounts or 3 years of being in your particular industry as a contractor, for example. It is understandable as to why contractors have arrived at these conclusions, because if you were approaching your high street bank or lender, for example, directly, or even speaking to a non-specialist broker, you will find they will start to ask these kinds of questions: how long you've been trading for, how many years of trading accounts history you can provide, all that kind of thing. One thing to just understand is that the one-size-fits-all approach is not really appropriate when it comes to contractors, and unfortunately this is how a good majority of lenders and brokers out there will actually approach you. Lenders will look at you as potentially either being employed or self-employed, and quite often contractors fit into either or neither of these categories. Hence the need for a more bespoke and tailored approach when it comes to the way that you work and the way that you earn your income. Over the years, we've managed to establish relationships within the decision makers in the banks, also known as the underwriters, to establish a more forward-thinking and logical, flexible approach to contractors and the way that you earn your income. Ultimately, no two cases are the same. A contractor really should be treated as an individual and each case taken on its own merit. Instead of your traditional approaches that most lenders will potentially want, which is asking for trading accounts, for example, if you are a limited company director, or pay slips, P60s, maybe even HMRC tax documents, which can be extremely irrelevant and also very difficult to obtain, we have access to an approach that maximises on your actual contract value in terms of annualising your rate of pay at the moment to ensure that you can achieve the size lending and mortgage amount that you're after, whilst also ensuring that your experience and skills in your field are rewarded as well. It's a much more flexible approach, it's much more logical as well, and yes, there are still criteria to meet within this particular approach. However, it is much more common sense and a lot more logical as well.